From opulent alpine palaces to oceanfront compounds, New England's got a strong hotel game with a range as wide as our region is varied. But one thing we don't have: a castle on a cliff, perched on a lake in the sky. Welcome to Mohonk Mountain House. And where is this rustic wonderland? Well, it's no farther from Boston than Camden, Maine, or Burlington, Vermont.
Yet, it's just a little ways past the Berkshires, meaning most of us in New England, of course, have never heard of it. Think of the Mohonk Mountain House as that fascinating neighbor you may not have met yet, but who's always lived right next door.
This is Chronicle on WCVB Channel 5.
There is no escaping the sense of drama created by the 2-mile driveway that lifts visitors up to the Mohonk Mountain House. Founded in 1869, the year-round resort in New Paltz, New York, rises over Mohonk Lake. Beneath the watchful gaze of the Skytop Tower. Designated a National Historic Landmark, the hotel retains the air of a turn-of-the-century grand resort. The hallways lined with photographs of prominent guests, Carnegies, Rockefellers, and 5 U.S. presidents.
Every place you walk at Mohonk, there's a sense of discovery, whether inside or outside. The way I always describe it is it's a Victorian castle resort.
Nina Smiley is a member of the family that founded the hotel a few years after the Civil War and runs it to this day. What started as a 10-room inn has evolved into a 265-room architectural extravaganza, a mad jumble of styles, shapes, and surfaces.
I would say Mohonk is not just unique, it's hopelessly unique.
The hotel can make such a powerful impression on first-time visitors, Alex Sherwood sometimes has to remind them of where they are.
The building is incredible, the architecture, amazing. Have you been on the trails? What trails? There's 85 miles worth of carriage roads and trails, and this is what I think is the true magic of Mohonk.
Sherwood is director of hotel operations, but this veteran of triathlons and Ironman competitions was spending so much time recommending trails to guests, management decided he needed an additional title: Endurance Concierge.
And I said, that's perfect. For me, it's about getting people out. Like I said, I'm super passionate about the trails.
Now, it's a fool who agrees to go mountain biking with someone with the title of Endurance Concierge.
I think we have arguably the best trail network you'll find anywhere in the United States.
But it helps that we've saddled up on 2 of the hotel's fleet of battery-powered e-bikes.
Oh my, this view though.
Pretty amazing, right?
Wow, that is unbelievable. Holy cow.
The founders built a network of carriage roads using mule teams and dynamite, designed to draw guests out of the hotel and into the glories of nature. Alex and I pull over to take in a jaw-dropping vista of the Catskill Mountains and the Broad Valley below.
Here we are 150 years later, and you and I just rode our bikes 2 minutes from the mountain house and got to this amazing spot.
Mohonk Mountain House was founded by Albert and Alfred Smiley, sober, industrious Quakers convinced that strenuous outdoor activity was good for both body and soul. Alcohol was not allowed at Mohonk until the 1960s, and for many years, dancing and card playing were forbidden as well.
Even to this day, indoor idleness is discouraged. That's why there are no TVs in the guest rooms. Care to come aboard?
A classic rowing skiff from the historic Lowell's Boat Shop in Amesbury, Mass. makes for a pleasant float and a peaceful interlude before my next endeavor, something called the Labyrinth.
We're going up and over and around locomotive-sized boulders and squeezing through chimneys and various other hazards.
And I thought dealing with the endurance concierge was going to be my steepest challenge today.
Got to channel my inner goat.
Which I tried. More on the labyrinth
careful.
later. Yeah.
All right, and it said that the famous carriage roads that wind through Acadia National Park in Maine were modeled after those at Mohonk.
At Mohonk, right, because John D. Rockefeller, who of course designed the carriage roads at Acadia, was a frequent visitor to Mohonk and good friends of founder Albert Smiley. He found a good idea, knew a good idea, and he took it to Maine.
All right, next, a little rocky road.